To figure out a trick, you'll have to be a trickster. Hello folks, this is Chrizmaniac bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. I got this game from 6footHacks's stream, and it was against some random guy from Twitch by the name of Hanz174, I believe. Now, looking at my team, I have a Trick Room team, or what is the beginning of it, with my Trick Room Smeargle, my Trick Room Reuniclus, and my Abomasnow, which is the star of this team. Because Abomasnow, Mega Abomasnow, let me tell you, it has base 137 attack and special attack, and this Abomasnow has maximum EVs in both sides of attack, so this guy is meant to cause havoc in Trick Room. Now, Hanz looks like he has a normal team with Talonflame, probably defensive Zapdos, standard Rotom, standard Excadrill, and the standard Gyarados with Dragon Dance probably. And the Kingdra, probably Dragon Dancing too. Or Sifsim, I don't know. Alright, let's start this battle and let's watch it with smooth jazz. Alright, so out comes this Talonflame, and I lead off with my Tyranitar. I'm just hoping to get rocks, because rocks and other hazards really help with Trick Room sweeping, because Trick Room teams are very hyper offensive. Now, strangely enough, he goes for Will-O-Wisp. I never saw Will-O-Wisp on the Talonflame anymore, like ever before, because they're usually just choice banded or hyper offensive with priority Brave Bird and Glare Blitz and all that sort of stuff. But I guess it works in this situation. But even with the burn on my Tyranitar, I take him flat out with the Stone Edge. So I'm hurt by burn, and he comes out with his Gyarados, and Stone's gonna get into his Gyarados, and he intimidates my Tyranitar. That's fine. I'm not gonna stay in because I can hardly touch this guy, and I go in with my own Gyarados, my defensive Gyarados, just to roar him out when he goes for Dragon Dance. So right now he's at 0 attack and +1 speed. I don't really care. I just roar him out, and all his efforts to boost up were useless. And now I'm just gonna do a little phasing with my Gyarados just to get some damage off in his team to make room for my Trick Room team to sweep. Hopefully, that's my plan right now. Strangely enough, he goes for Thunder Wave with his Gyarados. That's really weird because Gyarados is either defensive or offensive with Dragon Dance, and that's just a mix of both. That's strange. Anyways, in comes this Kingdra, and Pointed Stones get into it, blah blah blah. Sandstorm, so much after turn effects. And my Gyarados eats his leftovers, and then I believe I roar him out. Oh, he hits me with a Draco Meteor first, and that hits my Gyarados. No problem, my Gyarados could take that. She would just walls everything all day, every day, and I roared that Kingdra out just to get some residual damage on anything that comes in, and in comes his Zapdos. Now, I go for the roar again. I don't really mind if my Gyarados goes down because she's done her job of phasing out some of my opponent's Pokemon and dealing damage with Stealth Rocks and Roar. Now I bet this Zapdos is a special defensive or defensive Zapdos. They're almost never like fully offensive. So that Zapdos will cause a big problem to my Trick Room team. I have to bring that thing down before I could effectively destroy his entire team with Trick Room, because his whole team turns out to be pretty frail. So in comes my Smeargle, or Magidoge. By the way, how do you folks pronounce Dodge? That meme about that dog? I pronounce it Dodge. I don't know about you. Maybe you pronounce it Doggy or something. Anyways, I put his Zapdos to sleep. That's really strange because Zapdos has 100 base speed and Smeargle only has 75. But I guess I suppose I have maximum investment in speed and speed boosting nature, while he has no investment in speed at all. So I set up Trick Room, and I still have my my Focus Sash intact, so I'm gonna do that again later on. So in comes my new Mega Evolution, which is Claws, my Abomasnow, and this guy just wreaks havoc in this guy's entire team. Anyways, his Zapdos gets a lucky first turn, or rather second turn wake, gets a Toxic Off, which shortens the lifespan of my Abomasnow, but that doesn't matter. He could Rampage for a good 5 turns now. So Claws gets hurt by poison, and my opponent withdraws his Zapdos, and in comes his Gyarados. And see how much this blizzard does to the Gyarados that I'm about to do. So, Mega Evolution out, and it's Abomasnow. And that I like Abomasnow's design, like Abomasnow. It looks so cool. How it's like based on a big, scary Bigfoot thing as a Christmas tree. Anyways, that blizzard flat takes out the Mega Gyarados. And in comes this Rotom, and that Rotom is weak to my other stab, which is my Energy Ball, and it takes a good amount of damage from the Energy Ball. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't take it out, but then again, that Rotom probably special defensive, just looking at the damage I did, and that's really good damage, I guess. And in comes his shiny Excadrill. That looks pretty cool, not bad, not bad. It looks like, kind of reminds me of cranberry ice cream with like blueberry topping, because of his coloring. Anyways, he has multiple leftovers. This guy's really lucky with his pickup team or trade or whatever. So I hit this guy with another blizzard, and it does a good amount to this Excadrill. And he goes for the rock slide, and that is enough to take my Abomasnow out. Abomasnow didn't really do much this battle, but he'll get the shine in my later battles. So I am left with 1 HP, but that's pretty useless because I'll get taken out with poison. So I guess the poison really mattered earlier in the first turn wake, because I could have lasted one more turn under Trick Room using my Abomasnow. Now in comes my next Trick Room user, which is my Reuniclus. He goes for Rapid Spin just to take the rocks away, which is good on his part because his Pokemon won't get residual damage upon switching. And my Reuniclus switches to Dimensions, Hail goes away, so that's too bad because I could have damaged this Excadrill a bit more with Hail. And my Reuniclus won't receive damage because he has Magic Guard along with Life Orb, so this guy deals a lot of damage. So I smack that Rotom in the face with a concentrated ball of energy, and it goes out. Bye-bye, washing machine. And in comes this Zapdos. Defensive Zapdos are extremely hard to take down. They have Roost, they have Toxic, and all sorts of stalling shenanigans that they can stall me out with. Anyways, his Zapdos Toxic's my Reuniclus, which doesn't really do anything because Reuniclus has Magic Guard, which doesn't allow anything that is not a direct attack to damage him. So Toxic doesn't really hurt my Reuniclus, thankfully enough. So now this Zapdos will just stall out my Trick Room with constant Roosts. And the only way I guess I could defeat the Zapdos is try to hope for a special defense drop with my Shadow Ball, or to just stall out his Roost, which is going to take a pretty long time. So I'm just fishing for a special defensive drop from my Shadow Ball right now. So the Twisted Dimensions come back to normal, and I switch out into my Tyranitar, I believe. Right, yep. And I just need to set up rocks again. I don't really mind if my Tyranitar goes down to Zapdos because he's not much use anyways because he's burnt. And even a super effective Stone Edge from a Tyranitar won't be hurting much this defensive Zapdos. And I figured out it's defensive earlier because of the damage I inflicted upon it with my Reuniclus with Psyshock, which targets the defensive side, and it didn't do much damage. And Shadow Ball did much more, even though it's unstabbed. So that Zapdos is probably defensive Zapdos. Anyways, more after turn effects, burn, leftovers, sandstorm. It really makes battle really long and kind of dull to watch. Sorry about this. Anyways, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my viewers for being patient with my commentating. I know I'm bringing to you a subpar commentary right now because I'm not that good. I'm still new to commentating Pokemon battles, but I'm gonna get better, alright? I'm gonna get really good commentating and I'll be a professional in no time. Anyways, my Tyranitar goes down with a hidden power or something, and good job. You did your job well by setting up rocks, and hopefully he'll bring out his Excadrill later on so I can knock it out with when he tries to go for Rapid Spin. Anyways, my plan here, I have a new plan to take out the Zapdos. My Smeargle has Endeavor on it and Seismic Toss, and if I get him to wake up and hit me with Thunderbolt and bring my HP down to my Sash, which is 1 HP, I could use Endeavor and knock him out in the next turn with Seismic Toss. So that's my plan right now. I am hoping for knockout of the Zapdos. So I set up Trick Room just so I could just to pretend that I am, just to make him Thunderbolt me, basically. Anyways, he wakes up and goes for a Toxic instead, and that really sucks, because if this Endeavor, if I hit him with Endeavor with 1 HP, then he would be down to 1 HP too. And I could have finished him off with a Seismic Toss, or my Reuniclus next turn, but nope, my Sash gets broken with Toxic, and he could just roost up, which really sucks. And this Zapdos is still alive, so Zapdos is really being a pain in my behind right now, because this thing just won't die. Or get KO'd. Right, Pokemon don't die unless you're Team Flare or Team Rocket. Anyways, I switch out my Smeargle because I'm not doing anything to him right now, and I go back into my Reuniclus, going to my plan A, which is going to fish for a special defensive drop just to take this guy out. And I do get it right here, which is really nice. I could knock him out next turn with another Shadow Ball. But right here, I know he's gonna switch out into his other Pokemon because he doesn't want to stay with his Zapdos, because this is his only way of winning, basically. So right here, he switches into his Kingdra, and my Reuniclus goes for a Trick Room, which is really nice. That was a really good prediction on my part. And right here, you can see the power of max special attack Reuniclus. It just straight takes out that Kingdra. Damn! Reuniclus is such a powerhouse. I wonder why it's not used that much, because it destroys so many offensive teams with its Trick Room and really strong attacks. And even if you try to revenge kill it, it has a lot of bulk too, so it's kind of hard to revenge kill. Anyways, his Excadrill has the audacity of living a Shadow Ball, and he gets off his Rabbit Spin, which doesn't really matter because I could just Shadow Ball that Zapdos into oblivion. Well, try to anyways. This battle is really stally. Sorry for that. Anyways, in comes his last Pokemon, I believe. It's his Zapdos, which is still asleep. So it's basically GG right now, because I'm gonna try to Shadow Ball him, and he's still asleep. And I Shadow Ball him again probably next turn. Zapdos eats while it's sleeping. All you have to twisted dimensions come back to normal, and he's lucky enough to get the roost. So I'm like, oh come on, die already, or rather get KO'd. Anyways, I go for a Shadow Ball, and it hits it, and actually get the special defensive drop, which is really nice. And I could probably KO it next turn if I'm right. So it hits me with a Thunderbolt, and it hardly does anything to me. And that's what I'm talking about regarding Reuniclus's bulk. It has just so much HP. Anyways, finally the Zapdos gets down, and I've defeated Hanz. So I hope you folks enjoyed the battle. Comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.